Good morning. Today is Thursday, the 24th of January, 2013. Here's all the news that's worth talking about in Panama today. The Technological University of Panama did a study on the landslide that occurred in Quebrada Ancha in the province of Colón. The landslide occurred on the 25th of November, and in that landslide, two Red Cross workers were buried and killed. Now, it turns out that below the area of the highway basically ran around the side of a hill, and below that area, there was a company that was doing some excavation of land. Now, they're supposed to be a reforestation company, and apparently they didn't have all the right permits to do the earth moving that they needed to be doing. And what they're saying is that according to this report, that the work that that company did is what caused the failure of the highway and the landslide. So they're in the process of investigating that, and they'll probably end up taking some action against that company. There was a big fire yesterday in Santa Ana on calle 12 y 13, calle 12th and 13th Street in Santa Ana. There were a total of 289 people that were left homeless as a result of that fire. There's 88 families, and they're saying that they're going to be putting them up in a local hotel for like up to 10 to 15 days until they can be relocated. These old wooden buildings, they've been there for some of them was maybe as long as 100 years. So they're dried out, and all it takes is a spark, and up they go. Luckily nobody was killed in that, but it did burn down, and now it's vacant lots. So anyway, big fire there. In the La Estrella, the lawmakers in the National Assembly approved in the second debate two laws yesterday. One that would allow Panama to return to enter the Parlacen, or the Central American Parliament. If you'll remember, right after Martinelli took office, Panama tried to pull out of the Parlacen, and then it turned out that the Supreme Court said they couldn't. The Parlacen itself resisted. It was a political squabble. But then about halfway through Martinelli's term in office, they kind of realized that, hey, wait a minute, this might be anyway, Panama's not leaving the Parlacen. They're now passed a law to go back into it. And then the other thing they passed in this second debate was the law to basically prevent lawmakers from jumping from one party to another after they've been elected. So if they end up getting elected, let's say, for example, as a lawmaker for the PRD party, if they jump from one party to the other, then they can be booted out of their position, and then their deputy would step up and fill the spot. So they're trying to, now that they've got, now that the Cambio Democrático has got the majority in the National Assembly, they're trying, and they can pass these laws. They want to keep everybody basically locked in, or at least they want to force them to, if you run as a Cambio Democrático candidate in 2014 and you get elected as that candidate, then you're going to have to stay. But then guess what? If you can change this kind of stuff just by passing a law, after the election, they pass another law, they change it again. So who knows how much of this stuff is actually going to stick over the long term. Here's a thing in the Critica. It caught my eye just because it's a map, it's a graphical representation of the narco trafficking routes. And they've got it here where in red or in pink is the routes that are being used by on the surface, on the water. And then in the blue, they've got the routes that are being used by air. And you can see all the coke that's coming out of Venezuela. It's just kind of, wow, holy crap, it's all coming out of Venezuela. So narco, or what do you call it? Hugo Chavez is a drug trafficker. Hello? In case anybody didn't know. Here in Panama, the problem is more on the surface. And that's why they're putting in these, when I say on the surface, I mean, on the water, not so much in the air. So they're putting in these new radars to address that issue. Okay, there was another fire. I'm just going to run through the rest of these relatively quickly. There was another fire today in Pueblo Nuevo on calle 15th Street. So another building burned down. Nobody was killed. The fair in La Chorrera started up yesterday, and it's going to run through this weekend. It's there's kind of a daytime thing and then a nighttime thing. So if you get a chance to go check that out this weekend, that would be worth going to see. Okay, here we have in Mi Diario, the prices of gas will be dropping on Friday. So 91 octane is going down to 384 a gallon. 95 octane is going down to 416, and diesel is dropping to 385. So if you don't need to fill up your tank, hold off until tomorrow and then do it, and you'll get your gas for less. During the carnival celebrations in Las Tablas, they have prohibited the use of pepper spray. They've had a problem in the past where people have gone in there. Pepper spray is not controlled or regulated. Somebody gets into a fight, somebody whips out a canister of pepper spray and it's like, oh yeah, psh, take that, asshole. And the next thing you know, it's a big mess. So they've prohibited the use of individuals having pepper spray, and there's going to be like 400 cops in there. So, all right. Anyway, quick one today. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Today is Thursday, the 24th of January, 2013. Have a great day. Bye.